Welcome to my channel, Commerce with Vikas sir. If you are new to my channel, then please subscribe, like, and share my channel. See, today we are going to learn the treatment of premium for goodwill. In previous episodes, we learned how to calculate new ratio and sacrificing ratio. Today we are going to learn the treatment of premium for goodwill. We have also learned in previous episodes how to calculate goodwill under different methods. Here, you don't have to calculate goodwill. You just have to pass accounting entries for treatment of goodwill. Okay. See, whenever a new partner is admitted, you will get all the benefits enjoyed by the existing partners because of their hard works, because of the past labors. So, whenever a new partner is admitted, the old partners have to sacrifice certain portion of their shares of profit in favor of the new or incoming partner. Because of that, the new partner has to compensate the old partners by paying the required amount for premium for goodwill, which is ultimately transferred to sacrificing partners capital account in the sacrificing ratio. जब नयाँ पार्टनर एडमिट हुन्छ नयाँ पार्टनरको बिहाफमा पुरानो पार्टनर्सले आफ्नो भागाको प्रफिट सेयर गर्नुपर्ने हुन्छ त्यसको लागि नयाँ पार्टनरले क्यापिटल सँगसँगै पुरानो पार्टनर सेक्रिफाइसिङ पार्टनरलाई सेक्रिफाइस गर्नुको लागि उसले गुडविलको लागि प्रिमियम ल्याउनुपर्छ सो टुडे विल बी लर्निङ how to deal with that premium for goodwill. See, we should discuss in two way when premium is brought in by new partner and when the premium is not brought in by new partner. So if you see the screen, I have written clearly when a new partner is admitted, he needs to bring required premium for future share of goodwill, which is to be distributed to sacrificing partner and sacrificing ratio. And you know what is sacrificing ratio? Sacrificing ratio means old share minus new share. Okay, so we have already learned the sacrificing ratio is equal to old share minus new share. And premium for goodwill, it may be given in the questions, and if premium for goodwill is not given in the question, then you need to find out. And it is obtained by multiplying market or agreed value of goodwill by the share of new partner. So premium for goodwill दिएको छैन भने चाहिँ goodwill को नयाँ value, market value or agreed value को goodwill लाई यदि share of new partner ले गुना गरे भनेदेखि you will get the premium required premium for goodwill to be brought in by the new partner. Okay, so let's get started with the journal entries. Today we'll be learning journal entries, and these journal entries will be repeated in every question, so you have to memorize this entry. See, first question: when premium for goodwill is brought in by new partner or partners. Okay, it may be partner or it may be partners. When premium for goodwill is brought in by new partner, when premium is brought in by new partner, you have to pass two entries. One is for the premium brought in, and other the premium to be transferred to the sacrificing partner's capital account. Premium means certain amount of cash to be brought in by the new partner to compensate the old partners for their sacrifices, right? When premium is brought in by the new partner, cash will come in or it may be brought in check. So you have to debit cash or bank account and you have to credit to premium for goodwill. Every questions the journal will be same. Only the answer will be, only the amount will be different. Okay, so cash and bank account debit to premium for goodwill. So being premium for goodwill brought in by new partner. Okay, then this premium goodwill has to be transferred to sacrificing partners capital, not old, because all old partners are usually sacrificing partners in, but in some cases any of the old partner may not sacrifice anything. So this premium for goodwill has to be transferred to sacrificing partner capital. Suppose X and Y are two partner and Z is a new partner, then the entry will be cash or bank account debit to premium for goodwill. Then second, this premium goodwill has to be transferred to sacrificing partner capital account. So in order to transfer whatever has been credited, it has to be debited. So premium for goodwill to sacrificing partners capital account. So transfer गर्दा चाहिँ जुन कुरा अघि क्रेडिट गरेको छ त्यसलाई डेबिट गर्नुपर्छ. So premium for goodwill to sacrificing partners capital account, but instead of sacrificing partners, here you have to write to X capital account to Y's capital account. You have to write the name of the sacrificing partners. Okay, so being premium for goodwill transferred or credited to sacrificing partners capital account. So this is the entry when premium for goodwill is brought in by new partner. But sometimes New partner may bring premium for goodwill, but at the same time, the goodwill may appear in the balance sheet of the existing partners. If goodwill appears in the old balance sheet, then it has to be written off by debiting old partners' capital and crediting goodwill account in the old ratio. Premium for goodwill ल्याए तापनि कोही कोही बेला पुरानो ब्यालेन्स सिटमै गुडविल दिएको हुन्छ, त्यति बेला पुरानो गुडविललाई क्यान्सल गर्नुपर्छ। पुरानो गुडविललाई क्यान्सल गर्दा ओल्ड पार्टनर्सलाई डेबिट गर्नुपर्छ, ओल्ड पार्टनर्सलाई डेबिट गर्नुपर्छ अनि गुडविल अकाउन्टलाई क्रेडिट गर्नुपर्छ। ओके, यु हेभ टु डेबिट ओल्ड पार्टनर्स एन्ड यु हेभ टु क्रेडिट गुडविल अकाउन्ट। कुन रेशियो मिन्स द ओल्ड रेशियो। ओके, हियर old partners means X capital account to Y capital account. So this question is passed only when old goodwill appears in the balance sheet. Okay. Next question. When new party is unable to bring premium for goodwill, then the following alternatives may be followed. If premium is brought, then two entries important: cash to premium for goodwill and premium for goodwill to sacrificing partners capital. And third, old partners capital account to goodwill. This third entry will be passed only when the old goodwill appears in the balance sheet. But in every cases, new partner may not be able to bring premium for goodwill. So when new partner is unable to bring premium for goodwill, then the following alternatives may be adopted. There are many different alternatives, but I will be teaching you only two alternatives. Number one, we can go for capital adjustment. When new partner is unable to bring premium for goodwill, then we may go for capital adjustment. In that case, only one entry need to be passed. That is, you have, because cash is not brought in by the new partner, so the entry will be new or incoming partner capital to sacrificing partner capital. It means you have to debit the new partner's capital to the extent of premium for goodwill. Suppose he is required to bring 5,000 as a premium for goodwill, but he is not able to bring premium goodwill, then the new partner should be debited by 5,000 out of his capital and sacrificing partners capital should be credited. Okay, so for capital adjustment, new or incoming partner capital account debit to sacrificing partner capital account. So this entry will be passed when new partner is unable to bring premium for goodwill. Okay, and if the old goodwill appears in the balance sheet, then the same entry has to be followed. That is, you have to debit old partners capital and you have to credit goodwill account. Okay. And the second alternatives other than capital adjustment is raising and writing of goodwill. Raising and writing of goodwill. So you need to pass two entries, one for raising of goodwill and other for writing of goodwill. When you raise goodwill, the value of goodwill increases. Value of goodwill means the value of asset increases. So the entry will be goodwill account debit to old partners capital account. Goodwill account debit to old partners capital account. So suppose the new value of goodwill is 50,000, but the goodwill appearing in the balance sheet is 30,000. Then the increase in the value of goodwill is 50,000 minus 30,000, that is 20,000. New value is 50,000 and the balance sheet value, new value is 50,000 and balance sheet value is 30,000. Then you have to debit goodwill by 20,000. So being goodwill raised in old ratio. So but if goodwill does not appear in the balance sheet and the new value is 50,000, then you have to debit goodwill by the full amount, that is 50,000. So if book value does not exist, then you have to assume as zero. So market value, you have to take just the market value. So goodwill raise गर्दा goodwill account लाई डेबिट गर्नुपर्छ, ओल्ड पार्टनर्स क्यापिटल अकाउन्टलाई क्रेडिट गर्नुपर्छ। तर हामीलाई नयाँ गुडविलको भ्यालु देख्छ 50,000 र मानव पुरानो गुडविलको भ्यालु छ 30,000 भनेपछि हामीले रेज गर्दा चाहिँ only 20,000 ले मात्र रेज गर्नुपर्छ। द डिफरेन्स दैट इज 50 minus 30 दैट इज 20। तर नयाँ भ्यालु मात्र दिएको छ, पुरानो भ्यालु दिएको छैन भने यु हैव टु डेबिट गुडविल बाइ फुल न्यू भ्यालु। देन इफ यु पास दिस एन्ट्री, यो मात्रै एन्ट्री पास गरे भनेदेखि चाहिँ इफ यु ओन्ली रेज गुडविल and if you didn't write off goodwill, then the goodwill will appear in the new balance sheet. यति मात्रै गरेर छोड्यो भने नयाँ भ्यालु दैट इज 50,000 you have to show in the new balance sheet as a goodwill. But as per accounting standard, the book value of goodwill should be written off. Okay, so for writing of goodwill, what entry is required is you have to debit all partners capital account to Goodwillll, all partners. That is not only X and Y, but you have to debit even the Z partners capital accounts. Okay, if Goodwillll is raised, then it has to be written off. So while writing off Goodwillll, you have to debit new all partners capital account X, Y, and Z to Goodwillll, and here you have to write the full value. Full value means the new value. The new value means here 50,000. Okay, so Goodwillll write off गर्दा चाहिँ के हुन्छ भन्दा all partners capital are debit गर्नुपर्छ, Goodwillll credit गर्नुपर्छ new ratio ले. Okay, here you have to use new ratio. Okay, here you have to use new ratio. So for raising Goodwillll, see I am writing for raising Goodwillll, you have to write old ratio. Okay, old ratio. But for writing Goodwillll, definitely all partners are coming, so you have to write new ratio. When premium is brought in, then you have to use sacrificing. For premium, you have to use sacrificing ratio. When Goodwillll is raised, you have to use old ratio, and when Goodwillll is written off, you have to use new ratio. So for raising of Goodwillll, Goodwillll to all partners capital account, old ratio. For writing of Goodwillll, all partners capital to Goodwillll. Okay. So being Goodwillll debited to all partners capital account, and these are questions. These questions. So I will be solving these questions tomorrow. So you may copy these questions. Okay. Tomorrow I will be solving these two questions. How to pass necessary journal entries. So if you are interested, you may pass this. You may copy these questions. Okay. So I'm seeing, I'm giving you time to take the screenshot of this question. र म फेरि भन्दैछु जब नयाँ पार्टनरले प्रिमियम ल्याउँछ त्यति बेला दुईटा एन्ट्री के हुनुपर्छ नम्बर 1 एन्ट्री क्याश टु प्रिमियम फर गुडविल एन्ड नम्बर 2 प्रिमियम फर गुडविल टु सेक्रिफाइसिङ पार्टनर्स क्यापिटल अनि पुरानो गुडविल एक्जिस्ट हुन्छ भने द्याट हेज टु राइट रिटन अफ बाई डेबिटिङ ओल्ड पार्टनर्स क्यापिटल टु गुडविल इन ओल्ड रेसियो तर प्रिमियम ल्याएन भने दुईटा अप्सन छ एउटा क्यापिटल एडजस्टमेन्ट त्यति बेला हामी के गर्छौं विल डेबिट न्यू पार्टनर्स क्यापिटल एन्ड विल क्रेडिट सेक्रिफाइसिङ पार्टनर्स क्यापिटल अर वी मे गो फर रेजिङ एन्ड राइटिङ अफ रेज गर्दा गुडविल टु ओल्ड पार्टनर्स difference between market value and book value in old ratio and write off garda all partners to goodwill, that is you have to write the full value in new ratio. Okay, so this much for today. So if you have time, then you may copy these two questions. Okay, question number 1, question number 2, and question number 3. I will be solving in these questions in different episodes, so I do hope it will be very helpful to you. So you may take the screenshot. So we'll be solving tomorrow. So please, if you are new to my channel, then subscribe my channel. Please share my channel and like my channel. Thank you for today.